Ghee, happy Halloween.
I think it's past that, but
it's
hey.
Spooky. We didn't dress up last week, though.
Yes, we didn't. We did not.
Yes. So today we have.
Here we are.
And this is Saturday Hangover. And boy, oh boy.
Are we hungover?
Are we hungover? Are a lot of people hungover today? The drop zone, we talked about it. It used to be a nice, quiet lounge. Now it's packed. You can't get a drink. The bathroom lines are long. It's too many people.
The drop zone is getting longer.
It's too many people in the drop zone.
Some of them you should not be here.
So many. But we are going to start. We ain't going to hold anybody.
We just going to go
right to the chase. The marquee game of yesterday. The game that the entire nation was watching per Joel Klatt. Number 4 Ohio State at number 3 Penn State. And
the whole nation must have been watching.
The whole nation was watching some Midwest football. We know. We didn't say it. Somebody else said it. But great game.
Absolutely.
Great game. Ohio State was the Ohio State that I love to see. Will Howard had an early pick 6.
Yeah, he did.
Right? That was huge for them. Penn State went up 10-0 to Ohio State. I wasn't nervous.
I was.
It was too early for me to be nervous. You was nervous?
Yes, they were up.
Number
3 in the nation.
Let me not front for the people. It was a 2 talk hand game for me, which is crazy. 2 talk hands in a Saturday is crazy. 2 talk hands in a game was bananas. It was bananas. But I kept calm because I said, you know what? Ohio State has been here before. We are a great team. We need to get this done. I got a lot to say about Penn State, though. Great things.
Go ahead.
Hey, you want me to go? Okay. Penn State, I loved. The offense was always different. They kept it moving. They talked about the offensive coordinator, how he attacks teams before the snap with the crazy formations. And then, of course, after snap with the plays. They had Drew Allard as their QB1. They flip and flop between him and Palmati, QB2. Pabolo. Thank you. This is why we got you. Where's your analyst?
He didn't make it today. He was hungover. Had to leave him.
Okay. 90 days. He's going to get a review. I don't know about this. Okay. He pops in. And not in a clunky way to me. It was very smooth. Well, we will also have to state, because this is what we were told, Drew Allard was in with a tender knee. He went out last week, second half. He didn't play the game. They played last week. And this week he came in with a tender knee and a brace.
A brace on his leg.
So I said, he's not going to run today. We ain't got nothing to worry about. What does he do second, third time he has the ball? Jots his little broken knee down. I said, you're lying.
Without the brace.
Well, at first he kept it on.
Oh, he was trying to fool everybody.
He took some steps. He took that brace off and he started to sprint. I said, y'all are dirty for that.
Very clever.
Y'all.
Very clever, Franklin. I see your game.
Okay. Keep it together. Okay. They even snapped to the running back. Warren, number 44.
I didn't know he was a quarterback. I thought he was the running back.
He is the running back, but they do direct snaps to him, and he just runs the ball. And I was so impressed.
I thought he was the quarterback and then I thought, no, he's the running back.
I was so impressed by that. And I should have started the story with the personal chips on the shoulder. Drew Allard, quarterback for Penn State, was born and raised in Ohio.
Yes.
He's from Ohio. Was not recruited by the Ohio State. Salty. A little salty.
On the other hand,
Will Howard is from Pennsylvania, dreamed his entire life of being a Nittany Lion, wanted to play for Penn State. Penn State recruited him, but kind of went cold on him. He ended up at Kansas State before, of course, this year he transferred to the Ohio State. His family's in the crowd.
Very clever, Will. Very clever.
Will's sister currently goes to Penn State.
Mm-hmm.
She said she had to endure the Will Howard hate week. And
That
she
is-
told him, I will wear a Buckeye hat and sit with the family no matter how much it hurts me. And she did. They showed her on the camera. I thought that was super sweet. And I said, damn it, Will Howard, you got to win this game.
Oh.
He said he didn't know how many friends and family he had there. He couldn't even keep track. He's from like a place that's like 2 hours away from Happy Valley.
Oh, cool.
Crazy. Now, he did make a comment I seen at last week's press conference, or the conference they do during the week, where he said, well, I wasn't good enough to be a Nittany Lion. We'll see what happens Saturday.
Well, we saw what happened.
We saw what happened.
We saw what happened.
Can we talk about Ohio State?
Yes. But before we go away from Drew Allard and the brace,
Yes.
and that couldn't walk last week, had to be helped off the field, walked in with the brace on. Drew, the man ran 31 yards yesterday on that bad knee.
He was the leading rusher for a minute.
Yeah.
I don't know if he ended up being the leading rusher in the
Allen
game.
did.
Well, wait, who did?
Your boy, Drew Allen, number 44.
No, that's not Drew Allen. That's Warren.
What's his name?
Number
Tyler
44 is Warren, yeah.
He had 47 yards.
At one point, Drew Allard was the leading rusher. They put the little stat up.
On that bad leg and everything.
On a bad leg. Now, let's talk about what Ohio State did great and Penn State did wrong. Penn State's offense didn't score any touchdowns, any points. Field goals. 2 field goals on offense, and the touchdown came from the pick six, which comes from defense.
Oh.
So guess who showed up? Ohio State's defense.
Oh, that defense.
Looked phenomenal. Now, I didn't know Ransom was out last week. No excuse for the Nebraska game. I'm not going to do that. But Latham Ransom is one of the best defensive players we got. Probably the best. The best. Ohio State also had a rebuilt O-line. And left guard was his first career start at left guard, even though he played O-line, first in that position. And the center, it was his first time starting. And I didn't talk about it when we watched the game, but I don't know if you counted how many of those snaps were very low to Will Howard. Did you notice that?
No, I did not.
Now, it didn't cause any commotion.
Yeah.
But I kept watching those snaps being low because it was the first time he was starting at center. That's a big position. We found that out.
The muff kick.
No, remember Milrow?
One guy
and Nussmeier wasn't looking?
And then
Shador was walking back and he threw it at him. I mean, that center position is a big one.
And the guy with the squib ball trying for a field goal, and the ball squiggling all around the ground. That
center is important. Oh yeah, when he hiked it to the holder for the kick, and it just went on the ground. He didn't even hike it. He rolled it backwards.
It was terrible.
That was crazy. Anyways, okay.
To prove your point.
Ohio's defense looked amazing. Defense always looks great. And this is why I try my best when they don't have a great day not to go too hard on them. Because when they have a great day, they have a great freaking day. They looked amazing yesterday. They Notre Dame went to the red zone 3 times. 2 times got a field goal. 1 time, O State stops them on the 1 yard line.
4 times. 3 times?
Well, yeah, you get 4 times.
Yeah.
4
tries.
Yeah.
First
down, second down, 4 downs. So
4th down they threw. And
well, it didn't matter. They stopped them.
Yeah.
They stopped them on the 1 yard line. Ohio State gets the ball back, has a great sequence, and ends up sliding, runs the clock out, and wins the game in Happy Valley.
Because usually when you're on the 1 yard line, I mean, as big as you are, I shouldn't say that. When you're on the 1 yard line, all you gotta do basically is sometimes, and it's not as easy as it sounds, push that quarterback over.
But basically, that is all you have to do.
1 yard line, you can't just.
And they tried that 3 times and it didn't work.
Times?
The push didn't work, and then he tried to throw it and it didn't work. But Ohio State always has great defense, hard stop.
Okay.
They are a red zone defense. This is not the first year they've been that great in the red zone. And the stats will tell you that. But the thing to me was, this was at the end of the game.
Yeah.
I'm tired. No, I'm tired.
I am.
I'm tired.
Yeah,
It's the end of the game, and they still had it in them. And we talked about it yesterday. Ohio State's a second half team to us. Our problem is, I don't mind you being a second half team, but first half shouldn't be thrown away. And they have been starting slow. And I will say this week they got it going a little bit sooner, right after that pick six.
Mm-hmm.
They got it going, and they stayed on track. Not a lot of dumb penalties. No, either side. There was that stupid touchback. Will Howard's knee kicks the ball over the pylon. It's a touchback. Never heard of that before. Never heard of that. It was that great interception.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of defense, at the right before the half, and pulled back a touchdown for Penn State. And James Franklin can just not ever be a top 5 team. Which Brian Day's records to get top 5 isn't that great either.
Yeah.
Difference is several of his were in national championship playoff games. But I digress.
Okay.
And I know what the naysayers are going to say. Everybody wants to say this is a $20 million team. They pay $20 million for the players. We all know that's not accurate.
How much do the other teams play?
Everybody pays millions of dollars.
How much does Georgia pay? How about Alabama?
Carson Beck drives a Lamborghini.
Oh,
and I think Dylan Gabriel does too.
Crazy. So if he paid that much, how much are the top 5? What?
Exactly.
What's the rest of them?
Well, that also went into the coaching changes. Chip Kelly's not cheap.
Oh, that's
and he did a great job yesterday.
Oh.
Chip earned that check yesterday, didn't he?
I was down on Chip. I had to give Chip. I was going to give Chip a call.
Chip earned that money yesterday.
Chip was calling right up in center.
Speaking of money, though, I know we didn't watch this game, but it was funny. Ole Miss number 19 versus Arkansas. And before the game, the Arkansas coach was saying, yeah, we don't have as much money as them. Talking about Ole Miss. We don't have as much money as they do. You know, the revenue's coming, but we don't have as much money as them. We went blue light special. They went Louis Vuitton over there.
What? Give me a break.
You know, Mr. Santos, sometimes a blue light special works.
If you got
It works. Let's talk about the teams who were undefeated yesterday.
Oh, dear God.
Going into yesterday.
Oh, here we go.
Number 13, Indiana was undefeated. They played Michigan State in Michigan State. And Michigan State showed promise. They were up 10-0. Mm-hmm. And that was the last time they scored.
Well, they tried.
So is Indiana number 13? Are they a great team? What are we missing?
We talked about this yesterday. I don't know. We looked at the schedules. We thought, who have you really played? And we looked at the other schedule. A lot of teams, people don't realize, are playing hard schedules. And you don't know how hard they are until you see these rankings come out. And they're 1, 4, 6, 8. And you got to play them. And like you say, you can't pick who you play. Right. So to me, I need Indiana to play somebody. The only party they can play is Ohio State. 2 weeks they play Ohio State. And yes, it's not their fault that Michigan started ranked and dropped out. But a lot of the teams they play were never ranked. FIU, Sanford, or whoever, I don't even know. It was crazy. So Indiana remains undefeated. Okay, next up, Miami versus Duke. Oh, jeez.
Number 5, Miami. Miami was down.
I know they were.
At halftime. A lot of the teams that were supposed to be, that were the favorites, were down at halftime. My problem with Miami is, obviously, A, they're a second half team. B, I don't understand the Cam Ward Heisman talk if they're all, we already talked about this, never mind. He doesn't play defense. We can't get him on the defense. It's just weird to me, though, that they're always coming back from behind.
Well, that's the kind of team they are, I think.
Yeah, but
they got Cam Ward's arm, and he can run.
Well, guess what happens when Cam Ward gets hurt? Florida State.
We don't want that to happen. That's true.
And they have a great running back or wide receiver in Restrepo. I think he's a wide receiver.
Yeah.
He's amazing. But I always just think about, like, okay, what happens when you face a team that can play the 4 quarters, right? Duke couldn't play the 4 quarters. Cal State can't play 4 quarters. What happens when you go against a team that can play 4 quarters? Can Miami beat Clemson?
Oh, don't go there.
Okay. Clemson, we got you on the list. Don't worry.
Don't go
We're going to move on.
That was a bad question.
Oregon played Michigan in Oregon. I was hoping that Michigan was going to zhuzh up something. They tried, and they did not. Okay, we're going to move on. Speaking of the teams that started undefeated yesterday, but woke up with a loss today. Guess what I'm talking to? Guess what I'm talking to? Number 11, tied for number 11, Iowa State versus an unranked Texas Tech. They lost. Iowa State lost. Now, remember, Iowa State came in either low on the rankings or unranked, and they got that big win over a ranked Iowa, and they just been climbing ever since. But not yesterday. Not yesterday. Texas Tech had that number. And you know what? You want to think, did you overlook them?
Well, the thing of it is, too, Iowa State had the game. We came in at the end to watch Texas Tech take the lead. The game was what I'm sorry, I didn't look at my notes. I didn't have any notes on it because we weren't really watching the game. Because Iowa State went up. And we thought, nah. Came back at the end of the game, marched down the field.
Yep.
Scored the touchdown.
23-22. 23
and
to
Iowa
22.
State had no more time left.
No time
And
left.
if you read the lips of the coach on the Iowa State coach, he's going, what happened?
What happened?
How do you let a team come all the
score.
way down in that few little bit of time and score?
They let them score. Another one who was, they weren't undefeated yesterday. I think everybody else who was undefeated won or didn't play.
Mhm.
We got Army still undefeated. They didn't play.
Nope.
We talked about Indiana won, Miami won, Oregon won,
Mhm.
Iowa State dropped out. SMU Pitt. SMU Pitt played. Pitt was undefeated. And we don't know why. Because if you've seen the score, you know what I'm talking about. Anyways, let's go to a game. I know Ohio State Penn State was the marquee, but we watched two other games that, my God, I was yelling.
We were.
Let's start with Texas A&M, number... Don't tell me.
I'm not going to tell you.
Don't tell me. Texas A&M, number 10 Texas A&M versus unranked South Carolina in South Carolina. Now, people say it all the time, it's tough to play in South Carolina. I think South Carolina is a little sleeper team. Lenore Sellers, I think they could have beat LSU if he wouldn't have got hurt.
Oh, true.
That
was early season.
They could not sack him for the life of them yesterday. Could not sack him. They rubbed him up. Could not sack Lenore Sellers.
You talk about Lamar Jackson.
Gee, that's exactly who he reminds me of.
That little fool was all over the
That's
place.
exactly who he reminds me of, is Lamar Jackson.
And he's little, but he's fast.
He's not little. He's a big guy.
All right, so I guess if I'm not seeing that big bulk, but you're right, he is.
He's a quarterback. He can't be,
200
pounds.
Well, okay.
Okay, he's a big guy. Texas A&M, who I think is a great team.
I do too.
Could not get it going.
Who was bragging on him?
Could not get him going. Could not get it going. And they have a great quarterback. Reed started yesterday. Wegman did not start. Reed started, was great. I just missed tackles. Could not get it going. South Carolina beats Texas A&M 44-20. It wasn't even what is it?
I think it was close at one point.
And every time A&M thought they had it going, they thought they were going to go to halftime up. They get a field goal or whatever, it's tied, 2020, I think. Then they go and they score, and then guess what? South Carolina comes back and scores. They're like, we not going nowhere. I think I like that little coach for South Carolina too. And South Carolina, they showed it. They always are one score away. They only lost to LSU by 3 points. I think they lost to either Georgia or Clemson by 1 touchdown. And we're so close. They almost remind me of Kentucky. Mm-hmm. It's just like, oh, they just end up having such tough competition being in the SEC, but they're such a good team. Right. But Texas A&M, you know where you're going.
And I always say, and we always say this, and I don't know if it's true or not. We should make a survey. I should track it. When you play a tough game against a tough team like LSU
last week and
Texas A&M beat them,
yeah.
What do you have What do you have in your pocket for next week?
Did you give it all?
What do you have in your pocket?
And
can you get your and I blame the coach.
Say it.
Can you get your players back up to that same level to play the next team? Because sometimes you overlook a team, and that's why I said to Ryan Day, don't overlook Purdue, don't overlook these little teams.
Yeah.
They're waiting for you.
Yep.
Because they want you to be off. Because you're thinking you're riding high on that wind.
Yep.
And Kelly, you said it, and I said it. I went, you said they look flat. What's wrong with it? I said, Kelly, they've got nothing in their back pocket.
Nothing.
So I don't know. And once again, we may have to track this and put it on.
And guess what? Coach said it in a press conference.
It's awful trying to get yourself back up to that same height.
Elko said it. He said, we got behind, and he said something along the lines of, we had to play catch up, but we don't play that way.
Yeah. Yes. I heard him say that. Yes, he did.
Now that brings me back to, is Indiana as good as they should? Because Indiana has not had to play that way.
No, they're not. They always been pretty much.
Well, you've played nobody. Okay. I digress. The other game that we yelled at. Unranked Louisville at Clemson. Clemson is tied for number 11 with Iowa State. And Louisville ran the game. They managed the whole game. They led the whole game. They controlled the whole game. Who's Louisville's quarterback? You don't even know. That's my point. I think it's Shough. He started at Oregon. He then went to Texas Tech. Now he is at Louisville. He is a 8th year senior.
No, 7th year of eligibility.
My bad. 7th year
Him and Cam
senior.
Rising are competing against each other.
He was backup to Justin Herbert at Oregon.
Whoa.
When he was the backup at Oregon, Brock Purdy was quarterback at Iowa State.
Wow.
He did a somersault into the end zone and got a touchdown. They played tough. They said, we don't care where we are. We don't care who you are. Mom, I don't think you understand.
I do.
Clemson does not lose at night in Death Valley.
What happened yesterday?
They lost at night in Death Valley.
I don't know what that got to do with it.
You can look it up. They don't lose at night in Death Valley. They don't. Please look up the record. They don't lose.
Well, you know what? I'm not going to say nothing about nobody again. Because here I was, Dabo. I was giving Dabo high fives last week from climbing out of the basement back to the top 11. I said top 10, but he was 11.
Right. Tied.
Dabo, you let me down. And then at the press conference, he was, on the field. Did he throw his headset?
Debo threw the headset. Debo was on the ground. Debo, he does not, he's vocal. He does not hold back. He does not, he was pissed.
And Dabo.
Pissed.
I don't know where this is going to land you. I know you're in the drop zone, but you. And you know what? It's going to be a big turn.
This is a big turn. That Clemson, everybody had control of their destiny. Clemson did not have any reason to lose yesterday.
No reason.
Neither did Texas A&M. I will also say this, because I'm normally on their heads, but I think the officiating was halfway decent across the board yesterday.
At Texas A&M?
Across the board, everybody. There wasn't no weird targeting calls that we seen.
Not so fast, my friend.
Uh-oh, what'd you see?
Franklin from Penn State says he thought the calling was 50-50. I mean, it could have gone any way. I mean, the call that got the touchdown that got called back, the incomplete pass that they looked at it again and called it an interception.
He's lying. Okay, let's just be honest. He said there were several big calls that could have went 50-50, and it just wasn't true.
Oh,
there was a call where Howard got the touchback. That went in your favor. There was a call, the interception. Replay was clear it was interception. There was the call where Warren was out. The ball went out at the 2-yard line, and they did. You also had a chance. You were on the 2-yard line.
You were leading 10-0.
Who called that call? Right. He was complaining early, though. He was complaining, they're holding. He thinks Ohio State secondary gets away with too many missed calls. And, make them play us. Don't. Okay, let me tell you. Promise you. Officials are not on Ohio State side.
Believe me.
Believe
not.
us. Guess who else lost yesterday? Guess who else is in the drop zone that we haven't mentioned? Of course, Penn State's in the drop zone. Done. Clemson, drop zone. A&M, drop zone. Iowa State, drop zone. Your boy. Ooh. The Hair Bear Bunch. The one who beat Will Howard out for the job at Kansas State, Avery Johnson, sophomore, I believe. I think he drives a Lamborghini too.
My Hair Bear. Yes, my Hair Bear.
Kansas State, number 17, lost to an unranked Houston.
I didn't even know who Houston was.
You asked me.
Because let's be basic fans. Some of the little kids do not get to be on TV. And I said, have we watched Houston? I'm like, no, we haven't watched Houston. And we only watched a little bit of pieces, but
Houston has not been making noise this year. Houston's one of those teams that they'll spike up one year and then they go down, spike up, go down. Yeah. But Houston has not been, but guess what? They beat them 24-19 yesterday. I think he had 2 or 3 interceptions. Speaking of 2 or 3 interceptions, you know who I did not have, who was a game, it started as a great game, and then it got crazy. We watched a lot of it. And I was like, why do you want to watch this one? I'm not worried about it. Unranked Florida, neutral site versus Georgia, number 2 Georgia.
Oh.
Carson Beck had 3 interceptions.
What's going on with that?
Something's not right.
I'm just.
Something's not right.
You know, when you go from a great quarterback to, what I won't say just an okay, because I'm not taking away nothing from Carson Beck. Carson
good.
Beck is good.
He's good. But he was great. You're right.
Last game, what was the thing?
He had 3 interceptions.
This game.
He has 3 games this year with 3 interceptions.
What is going on?
He has what, 11 or coming into the game he had 11? Maybe 11. No, he had 8. He had 11 he has 11 interceptions through this season when he had a total of 6 last year? Mm-hmm. Crazy.
11 in the last 5 games. 11 interceptions in the last 5 games.
And he had 8 all year last year. 8 or 6 all year last year. Something's not right. I know he's got new receivers this year. Fine. You got the same coach. Something is very wrong. His energy, him and Kirby's energy seemed weird yesterday to me.
Herbie slapping people around on the
Kirby
sideline.
Smart.
We watched it.
They had helmets. They had helmets on.
Thank God.
He wouldn't have slapped them if they didn't have the helmets on.
Oh, maybe he was high-fiving them. Just like, hey, good job.
Oh, why would you do that?
Well, I want to see how Kirby felt.
Let me show you how Kirby felt. Why would you touch me? You know what? What's in this cup? You cut off. Let's stay focused on
Kirby was
football.
He was not happy. Every time they went in that huddle, Kirby was...
Well, he shouldn't have been. They were playing like shit. Or Florida's not a great team. Etienne wasn't playing yesterday. Okay, fine. Now, there were a ton of injuries on both sides. But the biggest one, Florida quarterback, QB2, by the way, because QB1, Merck, is out with an ACL for Florida for the rest of the season. So DJ Lagway, the freshman, comes in, doing great.
They were leading the game, 13-6 at halftime.
Second quarter, he gets hurt. Second quarter, he gets hurt. He's out the game. They are playing with a third-string quarterback who, though he transferred from Yale,
after further study,
he never played for Yale. He was redshirted in 2023 for Yale and walked on at Florida.
And they took him.
As third string, and he's playing against number 2 Georgia for his. I think he threw 3 balls before yesterday.
Kelly, everybody has to rebuild somewhere, and when you in this situation, you'll take anybody.
Listen, I gotta give kudos though because Florida was playing really well, even with the QB3.
Yep. And
Georgia ends up winning 34-20. But if you think about it, that's 2 scores.
Don't let that score fool you. Because it wasn't that way coming down to the last few minutes
most
of that
of the game.
Quarter.
But the other thing is they only won by 2 scores against a second string, then a third string quarterback with a Florida that's 4-3. Florida's not good this year. Remember I talked about how just one of those teams is just something's just off. They got something's just not clicking at the end. It's just not connecting. And here we go.
Yeah. Don't show up.
Here we go. Can I say something before we go into the rankings?
I offer you some feedback.
Can I offer you some feedback? Yes?
Yes. That's after you're going to do the rankings.
Washington State is 7-1.
Whoop.
Pac-2.
I was going to say, what? Oh, they're the Pac-2. I said, who the heck is Washington State? Yeah, they just got in last week. And I said the same thing.
What do you mean they just got in last week?
Last week. The rankings.
Right.
The rankings.
Right.
Let me clarify.
Yes.
They just made the rankings week
last week.
Week 10.
Week 10. Week 9 technically.
And I said Washington State. I had forgot about them. I had completely forgot.
You told me about the rankings, and guess what? I didn't even think about it until I seen a headline that said Washington State being 7-1 is going to cause a conundrum.
Where they're going to be?
Because they don't have. You can't have a conference championship with 2 teams.
No.
So they don't have a conference championship. They're no longer in the Power 5 because it's only the Power 4. What do you do with a team like Washington State? That's a question we're not going to answer today.
Hey,
it's not our job.
It's not our job. We'll find out
What's the rankings?
Ooh, the rankings.
Oh, don't drink this.
What is it?
Yeah, stupid gnat.
Oh no, he got it. No.
He was flying around. He was trying to get to what you had in that cup.
Let me just take him out.
Okay, no, don't take him out, please.
Oh, jeez. Darn gnat. Okay, let me get darn gnat. All right, you ready? I haven't even looked at the rankings because I have to be surprised too.
I didn't know you like to be surprised.
I like to be surprised. I like.
Oh wait, we've left somebody out of the. We don't want them to miss their ticket for the drop zone.
Oh,
Illinois.
Oh no! They are not in the drop zone, love. They're in the dropout.
Yeah, number 24 Illinois loses to an unranked Minnesota. Crazy. Anyways, give me the rankings. Number 1 Oregon. This is the AP rankings because we'll talk later about why this is important. Go.
Okay, wait a minute. Where the heck am I at?
Where are you at?
Let me go back up. Okay, AP. This is not my ranking. Where's my rankings? That's not what I want.
Do we need to cut it? What's going on?
Wait. Let's not.
That is the rankings.
Oh, here we go. AP. Okay.
Oh, okay.
They was just too far over. Ready?
I'm ready. Go.
Number 1 is Oregon.
Yeah.
2 Georgia.
Okay. They won.
Now,
They won.
This is what I told her. I said, don't get excited. This is going to happen.
Mind your business. Keep going.
Number 3 Ohio State, which is what we said.
Okay.
Now, this is what number 4 is I'm scared of.
Why? Number 4 is?
Miami. Number 5 is Texas.
Okay.
They moved back up. Number 6 is Penn State. I knew they were going to drop.
I'm not mad at that.
Because I knew that, yes.
Here's the thing. And say what you want. But Ohio State and Oregon. Oregon was number 3. Ohio State was number 2.
Yeah.
No, where they played.
Okay, yes.
Penn State and Ohio State. Penn State's number 4. Oh, I'm sorry. Ohio State's number 4. Penn State's number 3. How do you drop somebody 5-6 spaces when I played my very next opponent?
Mm-hmm.
Nobody else is having to do that. Go ahead. Sorry.
Okay,
so number 4, one more time.
Right.
Number 5 for
Number
me.
4, Miami. Number 5 is Texas.
Okay.
And
6 is Penn State.
Right.
So Penn State dropped 3 spots.
Yeah,
I'm not mad at it.
Everybody just moved up one.
Yeah,
Okay? I'm not mad at that.
And
either.
they lost in decent fashion. Ohio State didn't win 50-17.
No, they lost.
So, okay.
7 is Tennessee. You're not happy with that? I think you said Tennessee did not look like a Tennessee. But hey, who are we to judge?
Tennessee beat Kentucky 28-18 yesterday.
Yeah.
Kentucky didn't look the best, but okay.
Okay.
So wait, what's Tennessee?
Number 7.
They didn't move. Okay, fine.
Guess who did move up 5 spots? Indiana.
Had to.
Indiana's number 8.
Had to. They're undefeated. Clemson lost. Iowa State lost.
Yes.
You had to move them up. I think
I
Indiana's gonna get a rude awakening. But go ahead.
BYU is 9.
I like it.
Because they didn't play yesterday, folks. So
and BYU's undefeated.
And I'm thinking that's going to change.
Okay.
Notre Dame is 10.
Okay.
They did not play yesterday.
Okay.
Number 11, Alabama. They did not play yesterday. But they all moved up 1, which I thought was...
Because...
everybody lost below.
10 and the 2 people tied for 11 all lost.
All lost.
Okay.
3 losses.
Okay.
10 and the 2 11s. So, you go out in style. You got to go take somebody with you.
Okay.
So, anyway, now we got the 11s. 12 is Boise State.
Moved up 3 spaces. I like it.
Spaces.
Let's go.
Now, look at the big guy here on 13. SMU jumps 7 spots.
From 20.
SMU was 20.
And they beat the hell out of number 18 Pitt. I like it.
Jumps.
Let's go.
7
Quarterback
spots.
is Gentines, right?
Yes.
Let's go.
Yes.
Let's go, SMU.
I looked at that and went, whoa.
I will have a comment on Boise State. I don't know if y'all need to be ranked as high only because y'all got the stupidest field.
That's okay. It's
only behind.
It's only blue. It's okay.
I hate that field.
Okay.
And then Eastern Michigan, you're number 2.
With
why is it gray?
Oh, why is it gray?
It's so weird. Go ahead.
All right. Now, behind LSU, they moved up 2.
Okay.
I don't think LSU played yesterday.
They did not play. That's okay.
Wow. Okay, that's okay. Texas A&M, they did. Wait a minute.
They dropped them 5.
Oh, that's okay. That's better than I thought.
Okay.
I thought they was going to drop them lower.
I did too. They probably should be.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Ole Miss moved up 3 to 16.
Okay. Ole Miss did what they needed to do yesterday.
All right. Iowa State dropped 6.
Good.
I thought they was going to drop lower than that, but that's okay.
Nope,
I don't know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Now, Army moves up 3-18.
Now, I think you should move Army up more.
Well, that's what I was thinking.
Our Army's undefeated. They're 8-0. I don't care that they play in the AAC.
Hey, leads the conference.
I don't care they play in the AAC. They're Indiana. Okay, they're not in the power conference, but they're like Indiana. They're beating everybody they play in dramatic fashion. Move them up. Well, they should be up over Iowa State. There, I said it. I don't care. Go ahead, go.
Not so fast, my friend.
Why?
We got Tuesday. So
okay, go.
Because we may find
19.
Okay.
Stay on track.
Stay on track. Stay on track. Oh, Clemson dropped 8. Dabble.
Okay, they 6-2. Okay,
6-2.
It's a lot of 2-loss teams in here. Yeah, it's a little favoritism, but I'll go ahead.
Now here's your boy. Number 20 is Washington State.
Good job.
Because they're 7-1. So what are you doing?
And they played yesterday and they won, I think. But no, I don't know who they played.
No, Washington State did not play.
They didn't play Washington.
No,
they didn't play at all.
Nope.
Okay.
They're bye. Okay. So did Colorado.
Let's
they're
go.
6-2 also.
And they
moved up too. They're now to number 21
because there's so many dropouts.
Thank you.
Let's go. Let's go.
See, this is why our drop zone is getting crowded.
I love it.
So can't even get a drink. Gnats are in them. Anyway, number 22, Kansas State. I thought you would. Kansas State
needs
was
to be
17. Yeah, they
need to drop out. They need to drop
out.
That's
what I thought, Kay.
Yeah, I don't
but
like it.
I'm not gonna say it.
I don't like it.
That's okay. Pittsburgh dropped to 23. They should have dropped out if you ask me, but they're 7-1 though.
Here's the thing:
they were unbeaten.
They were 7-1. They were unbeaten yesterday. 18 played 20. It wasn't that. SMU pummeled them.
That's it.
That was why I thought, because Pitt, you already are in a little shaky conference. So I digress. Go ahead.
Okay.
I mean, I shouldn't say shaky. It's AAC, right?
AAC.
Yeah. Or ACC. They're in the ACC.
Okay.
Right?
Pitt and the SMU, they're in the ACC.
Yeah. So I no disrespect to the ACC. Let me go back. However, everybody's getting in the conference play now, and that's why you got so many people dropping. First half of the season, you're playing non-conference teams. Second half of the season, you're not. Green light, go. Who's number 24?
Okay, so here we go. Number 24. Vandy.
Wasn't ranked before. Vandy, you back.
Wow, you back.
Welcome back, Vandy.
Welcome
back. I see you.
Welcome back, Vandy.
Vandy is my secret team.
That's a secret team. Ooh,
number 24. Okay. Who's next?
Look who's doing the ball game. Louisville's number 25.
They deserve it. You beat a ranked team, especially when they top 10, when they were 11. No. Sorry, they were not. Louisville beat Clemson. Yep, they were number 11. I am right. You deserve to get ranked at least 1 week. Also, I would like to see where South Carolina, not in the fucking rankings. What is wrong with y'all?
Whoa, the FCC.
Sorry.
Not the ACC, the FCC.
So next up, Missouri got 81, but who did Missouri play yesterday?
Missouri dropped out.
Yeah, but who did they play yesterday?
Nobody. They were on a bye week and they got dropped out.
Oh, they dropped them out on a bye week? That's disrespectful. That's disrespectful. Drop Kansas State out, leave Missouri in, drop freaking who got 3 losses?
You know what? Maybe they were thinking about
Vandy. I like Vandy though.
Brady Cook might not be the man. And they're thinking, well...
AP, you don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, but look at the dropouts were, of course, Illinois and Missouri.
Which Missouri didn't deserve that.
But look who is riding on everybody's tail. Oh, Missouri. But see,
Missouri got the most votes, right? South Carolina.
Your boys, South Carolina.
It wasn't even close, though. That's crazy.
No, it wasn't even close. Because you dropped Missouri out and they didn't play.
That's crazy.
Shady.
That's shady. That's shady. See, this is why the coaches... Well, sometimes get it right.
Sometimes
they don't have Louisville, South Carolina. Anyway, I digress. No. Okay, with that, what are you looking forward to for week 11, baby?
Now, as you know, it's going. Everybody has their from now on in after Tuesday's show.
Well, can we focus on?
I know, but I just want to say, I'll say, everybody got their destiny in their own hands. Okay, this is my
as of today. Why do we have to wait till Tuesday?
Oh, true. I'm looking at Purdue and OSU, Ohio State. Now, I know you said, why, Dolores, that's not going to be a good state. But Ohio State played a tough Penn State. Can Ryan Day get the boys back up to snuff? Remember, I'm talking about that back. Can you pull out your back pocket to play little unranked Purdue?
And don't overlook Purdue looking towards Indiana in 2 weeks.
Bingo.
Clemson.
Bingo.
Texas A&M.
Bingo.
Who else?
Bingo.
I think you talked about A&M. Did you have a big win over LSU? And then you said, well, you know what, y'all, we don't got to go hard because it's just South Carolina. Did they?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I
wasn't in the locker room. Okay, let me go.
Okay.
Game I'm looking forward to next week is, oh, I didn't write down the right number. That's okay.
Don't write down the numbers. Cause...
Alabama, LSU.
Really?
Yeah, they were 14 and 16, but I think it's changed now.
You know what?
I meant to write that down.
This might be a big test for Alabama. Because me and you talked about Jalen Milroe. What happened to our old Jalen Milroe?
Jalen Milroe is off. Something's not right with him either. I completely agree with you. But LSU is also got the little chip on their shoulder. They got 2 losses.
Yep.
Bama already has 2 losses. They cannot afford a third.
No, they
cannot.
Neither
can LSU if anybody wants to even a sniff at trying to make something happen. And so I'm looking forward to the LSU Alabama game.
I like it.
At LSU.
That's even better.
What else you got?
Well, now I know you may laugh, but Ole Miss beat the snuff out of somebody yesterday, and Georgia
Arkansas
looks shaky. There I said it.
Okay.
Georgia looks shaky. Carson Beck, I love you to death, but
no, you don't.
Yeah, well, okay.
That's a
so
lie.
Anywho,
11-14.
I'm looking.
No, sorry. Bama's 11. LSU's 14 now. I wrote it down. Sorry, go. You looking forward to Georgia and Ole Miss?
Okay.
Where's it at?
I don't know. I just seen it, and I think it's
at Ole Miss.
At Ole Miss.
Interesting. Okay, I got one for you. What do you think about South Carolina versus number 24 Vandy at Vandy? After what South Carolina did yesterday, do they got anything left? Vandy always coming out swinging.
Well, I have seen more of Vandy than I have of South Carolina.
Okay.
So I'm going with Vandy. That might be a good game.
Okay. Who's Vandy's quarterback?
Oh, I know his name.
Nope. Who's South Carolina's quarterback?
I don't know his name.
Lindor Sellers. You
do. Oh, I got it.
All right. What else you got for next week?
Now, laugh at me if you must. I got Colorado, Texas Tech.
I got Colorado, Texas Tech.
Who just beat what? Was Iowa State?
Colorado is now number 21. Texas Tech is still unranked. And OMG, the Big 12 is bananas. Okay, I got one more for you.
Okay, go ahead.
Syracuse versus Boston College.
Oh. Dear
Both ACC. Kyle McCord versus... Is Castellanos back? I think he is.
Yes, he is.
Come on now, Castellanos. I think Boston College is like 4-3. I think Syracuse is like 5-3 or 5-4, 6-3. I want to see the battle of the quarterbacks that never work.
Because you know Syracuse just went overtime yesterday and won.
And one had to come back and win. Fran Brown, please get your people together.
Kyle McCord.
Get them together.
So you just want to meet young Kyle. That's all right.
Now get Tuesday's the day.
I know y'all were tired of us.
Alluding to Tuesday. Tuesday's the day where they come out with the championship rankings. And this year, as everybody knows, is brand new, the 12-team playoffs. Now, we don't work for ESPN or the CFB, but we are very smart in our own minds. Yes? Yes. We think that the CFB is going to be the CFB as usual.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
And then what our theory is, what they've been doing all season, is that the 12-team playoffs will be seedings.
Yes.
So the top 4 seedings go to the Power 4 champion, which we know they don't know who won the game yet. So what they're doing is whoever is number 1 in the conference is they've been putting them in the top 4 spot. 5 through 12 is where it gets dicey. 5 through 12, you might be ranked number 2, 3 Ohio State, but if they don't think you're not number 1 in your conference, you may end up in a spot that's 5 through 12. Now, where's your seating? What do you think your seating's going to be? Where's your gut?
I have no clue.
Okay, I got one for you. Now, you got to do one before Tuesday.
I got you.
You going to do one for Tuesday?
Yes, I'll do one before Tuesday.
Are we going to tape a show on Tuesday?
I know y'all tired of us, but hey,
we're not tired of us though. We're probably the only ones who watch the show, so it's okay. We're not tired.
We know we got fans out there.
Okay.
Y'all just too ashamed to adopt them.
Okay. All right. They might be related to us. That's nobody's business. I got it. Now here we go.
Oh God.
Top 4 seeding. You know what we'll do? I'll make a tracker for us. I'll have Kelly's seedings. I'll have Ghee seedings. It's only 12. It's not 25. Calm down. And then we'll track them all the way through. And then, of course, once the playoffs start, we can do a real bracket, and we'll compare us to the experts, and then we'll go from there. We'll see how we end up. Okay.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna go. This is where I got number 1. The Big Ten champion will be Ohio State. Mind your business. Call your mama, not me. Number 2, seeding will be SEC champion Georgia. Number 3 will be the ACC champion, Miami. Number 4 will be I messed it up.
I told look at
Big
me.
12. No, I didn't. Big 12 champion, BYU.
Okay.
So then, Kelly, well, who's 5 through 12? Do you have what you got? I got you. Okay.
Oh,
number 5, who will play number 12? Oregon will be number 5 because they're going to lose the Big Ten championship to Ohio State. But as they being the number 1 team, you got to put them at the highest ranking. Yes. Oregon's going to play number 12. Who's number 12? You're not ready for this. Washington State. No conference. No man. No land. No country for old men. All of the above. 5 and 12. Oregon's going to win the game, but that's not, I'm not going that far. Okay. Well, Kelly, who's number 6 and 11? Because that's who has to play. Number 6 is going to be SMU. Yes, you heard me. Number 6 is going to be SMU, and they're going to play, number 11, seeding, Notre Dame. Again, no conference, no home. What do you do? That's going to be great. All right, moving on to number 7. You're not ready for this. You're in a conference, but nobody knows your conference. Number 7 is going to be Army playing number 10, Indiana.
Oh,
yes, because
Lord.
Indiana's going to lose to Ohio State. They're not going to be in the Big Ten Conference. And everybody's going to see they're not the team everybody said they were. Ohio State's going to blow out Indiana in 2 weeks. They're going to win by 24 points. And don't call me. Don't call me. Call your mom.
Either.
Don't call my mom either.
Don't call
I
me
talk
either.
to her. You talk to your mama. And that's how the story going to go. Okay? Your mama, your daddy, whoever you need to call that cares about your opinion. It's not me, though. And then, of course, number 8 and number 9. Number 8, Boise State. Number 9, Penn State. I will tell it for you in order. Number 1, Ohio State, Georgia, Miami, BYU, Oregon, SMU, Army, Boise, Penn State, Indiana, Notre Dame, and Washington State. And that's all I got.
You heard it first, folks, right here on Saturday Hangover.
First, check our Instagram. I think it's at the official Saturday Hangover.
Yeah, maybe.
You know what? I'm going to put it at the bottom if I can figure out the editing. I'm Kelly, like the color.
I'm Ghee like the butter.
And this is Saturday Hangover. And we're coming to you on Tuesday. And we're not going to argue. We're not going to change the name of this game. Because we are getting into championship time, people. You ready for the playoffs? We are. She is. Bring the beard if Ohio State loses to Indiana. And we are out of here.
Song, muchachos.